The Emerald Tablets are a corpus of scripture-like verses said to contain the ancient secrets of science magic. The tablets date back to 36,000 BC and were written by the priest king of Atlantis, Thoth. If you're familiar with Egyptian mythology, you've probably heard of Thoth. He is often portrayed as the most important deity of the ancient Egyptian pantheon. If you're familiar with Greek mythology, you've probably also heard of Thoth's other name, Hermes. Thoth was said to be able to move freely between the realm of earth and the realm of the gods. He was charged with being the keeper of sacred knowledge and a messenger between the realm of the gods and the realm of earth. Thoth was a master of alchemy, among other things. Alchemy is defined by H.J. Shepard as the art of liberating parts of the cosmos from temporal existence and achieving perfection, which, for metals is gold, for man longevity, then immortality, finally redemption. Material perfection was sought through the action of a preparation, while spiritual ennoblement resulted from some form of inner revelation or other enlightenment. The tablets explained how the reader can achieve personal transformation, higher states of consciousness, and accelerate the evolution of mankind. The tablets themselves are said to be created from an indestructible green crystal with a fixed atomic structure, violating the laws of physics as we understand them. Alchemy being a forbidden knowledge, the tablets were condemned for thousands of years by the Egyptian priesthood. When Atlantis sunk into the ocean, Thoth formed a colony in the land of Kem, or as we call it today, Egypt, where he built the Great Pyramid of Giza, which he used to store records of Atlantis. Thoth was eventually called back into the realm of the gods, but before he left, he sealed his records up inside the pyramid and assigned guards to protect it. The descendants of the guards appointed by Thoth eventually became the pyramid priests of ancient Egypt. Around 1300 BC, the pyramid priests brought the tablets to modern-day Yucatan, where he found the Mayans and settled with them. Years later, the Spaniards would conquer South America and the plates would be forgotten. In 1925, a man named Doreel allegedly recovered the plates and translated them into English through the Brotherhood of Light. Doreel's translation can now be found on the internet, which is published with a preface by the author. It reads as follows. The history of the tablets is strange and beyond the belief of modern scientists. Their antiquity is stupendous, dating back some 36,000 years before Christ. The writer is Thoth, an Atlantean priest king who founded a colony in ancient Egypt after the sinking of the mother country. He was the builder of the Great Pyramid of Giza, erroneously attributed to Cheops. In it, he incorporated his knowledge of the ancient wisdom and also securely secreted records and instruments of the ancient Atlantis. For some 16,000 years, he ruled the ancient race of Egypt from approximately 50,000 BC to 36,000 BC. At that time, the ancient barbarous race among which he and his followers had settled had been raised into a high degree of civilization. Thoth was an immortal, that is, he had conquered death, passing only when he willed, and even then not through death. His vast wisdom made him ruler over the various Atlantean colonies, including the ones in South and Central America. When the time came for him to leave Egypt, he created the Great Pyramid over the entrance of the great halls of Amenti, placed in it his records, and appointed guards for his secrets from among the highest of his people. In later times, the descendants of these guards became the pyramid priests, by which Thoth was defined as a god of wisdom, the recorder, and by those in the Age of Darkness, which followed his passing. In legend, the halls of Amenti became the underworld, the halls of the gods, where the soul passed after death for judgment. During the later ages, the ego of Thoth passed into the bodies of men in the manner described in the tablets. As such, he incarnated 3 times, in his last being known as Hermes the Thrice-Born. In his incarnation, he left the writings known to modern occultists as the Emerald Tablets, a later and far lesser exposition of the ancient mysteries. The tablets translated in his work are 10, which are left in the Great Pyramid in the custody of the pyramid priests. The 10 are divided into 13 parts for the sake of convenience. The last 2 are so great and far-reaching in their import that at present it is forbidden to release them to the world at large. However, in those contained herein are secrets which will prove of inestimable value to serious students. They should read not once but 100 times, for only thus can the true meaning be revealed. A casual reading will give glimpses of beauty, but more intensive study will open adventures of wisdom to the seeker. But now a word as to how these mighty secrets came to be revealed to modern man after being hidden so long. Some 1,300 years before Christ, Egypt, the ancient Chem, was in turmoil. The many delegations of priests were sent to other parts of the world. Among these were some of the pyramid priests who carried with them the emerald tablets as a talisman by which they could exercise authority over the less advanced priestcraft of races descended from other Atlantean colonies. The tablets were understood from legend to give the bearer authority from Thoth. The particular group of priests bearing the tablets emigrated to South America, where they found a flourishing race, the Mayas, who remembered much of the ancient wisdom. Among these, the priests settled and remained. In the 10th century, the Mayas had thoroughly settled the Yucatan, and the tablets were placed beneath an altar of one of the great temples of the sun god. After the conquest of the Mayas by the Spaniards, the cities were abandoned and the treasures of the temples forgotten. It should be understood that the Great Pyramids of Egypt has been, and still is, a temple of initiation into the mysteries. Jesus, Solomon, Apollonius, and others were initiated there. The writer was instructed to recover and return the Great Pyramid and the ancient tablets. Thus, after adventures which need not be detailed here, was accomplished. Before returning them, he was given permission to translate and retain a copy of the wisdom engraved on the tablets. This was done in 1925, and only now has permission been given for part to be published. It is expected that many will scoff, yet the true student will read between the lines and gain wisdom. If the light is in you, the light which is engraved in the tablets will respond. Now a word as to the material aspect of the tablets. They consist of 12 tablets of emerald green, formed from a substance created through alchemical transmutation. They are imperishable, resistant to all elements and substances. In fact, the atomic cellular structure is fixed, no change ever taking place. In this respect, they violate the material law of ionization. Upon them are engraved characters in the ancient Atlantean language, characters which respond to the attuned thought waves, releasing the associated mental vibration in the mind of the reader. The tablets are fastened together with hoops of golden-colored alloy suspended from a rod of the same material. So much for the material appearance. The wisdom contained therein is the foundation of the ancient mysteries, and for the one who reads with open mind and open eyes, his wisdom shall be increased 100-fold. Read. Believe it or not, but read, and the vibration found therein will awaken a response in your soul. In cosmic harmony, Duril, supreme voice of the Brotherhood.